3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Clown TV. What is Clown TV, you're probably asking at this point. It's literally just segments where I have my face in it. That's all it is. It's nothing like special. In today's episode, I actually would like to discuss something, and it's related to, once again, the rise of AI, or AI art specifically. You see, today I woke up at 8 a.m. and I figured why not scroll through Twitter, because that's what normal and sane people do at 8 a.m. I went on Twitter and I ran into an artist who had made this big announcement that they were basically quitting digital art for good. Not art as a whole, but just digital art, because they felt that there was just no point in finishing any digital work. Like, they posted 4 images of like really nice works in progresses with X's on them, and they basically kind of admitted that they are just not finishing some promised works that they said they were going to finish, because there was just no point, because AI art has just gotten really good to a point where a lot of people just can't tell the difference between AI made art and human made art at first glance. I think it was the whole Wacom using some fuck ass ugly AI art dragon as like a promo art for one of their new tablets. I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. It's just sad because that's like one instance of like an artist pretty much putting the pen down and saying, I'm out. There have been other people who have said, like, other artists who have just plain quit, like they just don't want to draw anymore because of AI art. Now, I want you to take a look at something with me. Look at this. Check this. Ow.
But if we open it, just say open, and immediately you get what we call.
Okay. Come check this out, worms. So, don't mind Justin Long. So I ran into this image of like Sailor Moon, like a pastel Sailor Moon kind of drawing, and I didn't even look closely at it. I just thought, oh, okay, I guess that's a nice image. But then I found out that someone had quote retweeted it, pointing out that it was AI art, and I fucking didn't even know, and it had fooled me. It had fooled your own clown. And I felt so embarrassed because it's like usually I seize these things, but not this time. So if you just look past this and you're just like retweeting like art randomly, if you're one of those art retweeters like I am, you will just retweet this because it looks nice. I mean, hold on, let me turn my metrics on. This has 4.4 thousand likes and 1.1 retweets. So that tells me many people did not realize that this was AI made art. And the crazy thing is, I believe this person, like, they don't even say they're using AI. So they are deliberately trying to trick people into thinking that they are a real artist, but they're not. They are scum. By the way, since I don't have anything to show sometimes on screen, I'll just put like a speed paint of mine. This one was just a quick little speed paint of Christian Cage and Jungle Boy in some weird alternate universe where one of them's a schoolgirl and the other's a nun, but they're all adults and it's fun and quirky and campy. I don't know, I just needed some context. I really liked this page, but anyway, on to the subject. Though what's crazy is like how clever these guys have gotten. Like, you have the people who just post and say, I made this teehee, and you just gotta trust them, but you can't because they're lying. And then you have the people who put so much effort to just convince you that they're painting, so they post speed paints, and it's so funny because it's like, why are you going through so much effort to lie? I don't understand. Like, don't you feel embarrassed? Your lines are insecure and wobbly. It doesn't match your painting skills, supposedly. It doesn't match the end result. You paint like you're a baby using an iPad. It doesn't add up. And maybe to someone who doesn't paint or draw, they can fall for that. and some of them have, because this person has 25 members on Patreon. Like, people are spending real dollars for someone to use a prop machine. That's crazy. Like, imagine doing all these tricks and shit to just lie to people, post a speed paint, and then have to defend yourself. Like, I feel like it's just less effort to just learn how to fucking draw. Don't you think? Worms, I don't want to be the YouTuber that just calls people out. That's not what I want to do. That's not my game. That's not my flavor. I just like to talk about art. So this is not going to be like a call out poster or anything. It's I don't like doing stuff like that. But this is talking about basically how people are parading as artists and just tricking people into thinking that they made this stuff. And it's just really gross to see that, because this is the shit that's discouraging other artists from making art ever again, from making any digital art. Because imagine if you drew in this specific style, or like this cutesy little pastel color style. Like, I can totally understand being discouraged, because it's like, wow, I kind of draw like that, and now here's someone waltzing in over, jerking off on the computer and just making letting a computer make whatever it wants for them because it's easy now. So that's how good the machine has gotten at mimicry. You know, it's kind of like a DiGiorno's, you know, you've tasted it and you're like, holy shit. You sure that's delivery? No, it's DiGiorno. And this is kind of what AI art has become. The DiGiorno of digital art. As artists, we tend to place a lot of our value based on how good we are. How good we are at being a draftsman, how good we are at painting, composition, and whatnot. And I think especially these days, we are so obsessed with this idea of getting better, of being incredible. Have you ever searched anything art related on YouTube? You'll notice like how many how to get good or here's why your art sucks videos there are. Like, there's so many of them. There's countless videos of them. And there's videos of even beginner artists already clocking their skills and updating people on how good they've gotten in such a short time. And I feel like that just creates this weird grind set mindset of I have to get good. Why am I doing this if I'm not good, you know? We care way too much about how good the art is that we aren't giving enough attention to why we even make it. And it's no wonder with this mindset so many of us feel threatened by a robot that can emit nearly picture perfect images in a second, while we have to spend, God forbid, hours chipping away. But why have we demonized time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears? Is a machine simply better than us because it's faster? Is our worth as artists simply just about our skills? What about the beating heart that beats inside us and drives us to make these images? What about our passion, our perversions? What about the act of progress? I feel like as I get older, my goal in making art is not to just get better, and it's certainly not to be the best artist in the world. My goal now is to create what's in here, to create what's in my heart, and to have so much fun making it, and to create my voice. And I feel like when my goal became that over like this is creating the voice and art from the heart and all that sappy bullshit, and here's getting good. And even though getting good is right behind, it's not the main reason that I'm making stuff. It's not the main reason that I create. And I feel like because of that, it makes AI art a little bit less scary, because I'm like, I know my worth as an artist. I know that my stuff that I make can only come from me. It doesn't matter how many times an AI machine trains my shit or whatever. The person who's behind that machine will never ever be me. They'll never have my thought process. They'll never have my obsessions. They'll never know my next move. Because even if you have your own style, your style does change because you start consuming more things in life. You live life. That's what comes with your art style, the life you live. I have my own memories, my own tastes and stuff that they don't have and they never will have.
Seeing a person who's never used a Lisa before or a Mac before, and even never used a computer before, it is...
You remember Chowder? You remember Chowder, the show Chowder? With the purple kid or whatever who cooked? Well, I never watched that show, but one thing I remember is not liking the patterns. Like, they would just put patterns, and I understand now because it's like, it's sufficient and it cuts time, but I hated it because I didn't like that it was obvious whenever the characters moved that the patterns were just pasted on. And I remember sometimes thinking, wouldn't it be more fun to just draw the pattern? Wouldn't it be more fun to just create that pattern? Because whenever I did patterns, specifically plaid, I always made an effort to draw it because I felt that was fun. I felt that it was worth it, and I felt that it looked better. That's why I do things like, I draw so many uniforms because I love plaid. I love uniforms. I love patterns. I love pleats. I'm obsessed with pleats. I can't imagine going on the computer and just writing girl in pleats or man in pleated skirt school uniform pattern and then not having the satisfaction of going by hand, drawing every pleat. I think that is so fucking fun. And that's the beauty of being an artist. It's when you find the thing you become a pervert about and you just make all kinds of funky art from it. Art is about obsession and creation. It's so much more than just being skilled. Plus, with obsession follows skill. You become a more well-rounded artist when you allow yourself to indulge in your passions, no matter how strange or silly they are. Like, I know because ever since I became like obsessed with uniforms and just like clothes in general, I feel like my skill of depicting fabrics have skyrocketed because I just have been obsessively drawing clothes and pleated skirts specifically. I know in my house I'm known to be someone who gets really into something in a strange way, but I like that because it gives me a reason to draw more. And when I have more reasons to draw, I feel good, alive. Like, every single artist you know had something they were crazy about. Like, just by looking, you know what Leon Decker was obsessed with. You know what Hirohiko Araki was obsessed with. You know what I'm obsessed with. But if you're using AI and you're just sifting through what you think looks nice, what doesn't, you don't even take any time to explore that feeling or fully indulge in that, if you're not allowing yourself to go through line by line what you enjoy making, what you don't enjoy making, you don't develop any voice or style or anything that represents you as the artist. How are you gonna fully indulge in your obsessions if you just let the machine churn out 500 images and you just pick the nicest one? Do you feel anything? Do you feel an unbridled love for anything? Putting in a prompt and sifting through thousands of images is akin to scrolling on Pornhub for 30 minutes. There is no satisfaction. You're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until you eventually find something that might make you feel tingly. But when it's done, you just think, was that even sexy? Did I enjoy that? Or was I just desperate to feel something?
Computers. Digital Equipment Corporation pioneered the mini computer, making compact, easy-to-use systems that can grow with your business. From your independent digital supplier, you can get hardware and software from...
Don't mind my completely different outfit, but right now I want to take the time to put emphasis on you. Yes, you, the artist. You are the most important thing. You are the most important part of this whole equation. Without you, there is no art, there is no creation, there is no vision. You are the most important part of this whole thing. I think people who use AI like to eliminate the artist from the whole equation. They want to completely eradicate you. They just want your style. That's why it's important to remember you as the person before your style. My little ugly worms, my beautiful worms, you need to establish yourself as the human who made the artwork, because there are artists who are not with us anymore, like JC Leandecker or Kim Jong-gi. Like, these guys aren't here to say, hey, that's my stuff, stop fucking stealing from me. They like to go and grave dig and steal these guys' work, and they can't say anything about it. But you can say something about it. As long as these people don't have to acknowledge you, they don't give a shit. And I think the reason they also don't want to acknowledge artists as human beings is because they have to deal with the fact that you and other artists have the ability to create, to make life, and they don't. Not because they can't, but they simply choose not to, and that is so pathetic. You think I want to come on here all the time and put on makeup and get ready and get photo ready and have to talk at a mic with my dirty smelly sock? No, I don't want to do that all the time. But I just think it's important for you to see me, because if you see me, you'll know that I'm a person. I'm the one who makes the videos. I'm the one who makes the drawings. I'm the one who edits. I do everything. It's me out here, man. And I think it's a little more intimidating for AI losers to steal from artists who are here and show their face and say, hey, fuck you, man. That's my shit. Make your own shit. I can sympathize with artists who want to give up. I can understand it, but it's like,
what the you doing, you little piece of
you can't. You're gonna give up because of a bunch of people who, talentless hacks, are too lazy to make their own shit and would rather feed their ugly little beasts a prompt of your likeness in your work. You're gonna give up? You're gonna let them win like that? I just don't think it makes sense to just give up because AI has gotten better. Who gives a shit? Today I woke up and I said I have to make something. I have to draw. And I told myself I have to draw because I gotta make an image and then see it. That is literally why I make art. I have to make an image and see it. If there's anything that I'm gonna do in this stupid baka life, it's make art, it's draw, it's paint, it's make videos, it's whatever. Because I have to think of it, I gotta make it, and I gotta see it. That's why I make art. That's why this AI stuff doesn't scare me specifically, because I'm like, I don't make art to just get likes or have people say, wow, you're really good, even though that feels nice. I love that. I love attention, but that's not why I make art. It literally is just like this need to just see something in my head come to life, to create life.
But most importantly, unlimited expandability, unlimited power. Lisa, from Apple. The future today at Wallace Micromart.
I hope this video helped a little bit. I hope this video brings you just a little bit of hope. Just a little bit of more. I hope it makes you think about your work a little bit more outside of how good you are. I hope that you can find more of a reason to create art. I hope that you will be inspired to make all types of ugly little images and post it and whatever, because as long as there are people drawing, there are people crafting, there are people creating things, there will always be room for us. There will always be a need to make things. You're gonna be what people look for. I can guarantee you that you're gonna be what people look for when they get sick of all this fucking smooth, ugly anime wannabe AI bullshit. And people are getting sick of it, by the way. Like they're like, I'm so sick of this fucking AI style bullshit. Like, people are getting sick of it. So hang in there, baby. And you know, as I look at this video, I can't help but keep thinking, I could have been more eloquent with my words, or less redundant. Could have dug in, done a deeper dive maybe at some things. I think I'm not very good at talking or explaining or making a decent video, am I? Like, a lot of my insecurities in making videos just come to the surface every time I just look back at it. And maybe this video reeks, but maybe it doesn't. But you can't take away the fact that it's all 100% me. at the end of the day, I made it. And you know, by this point, I had like a whole speech set out for this video, and if you're on my Patreon, you've probably heard that other version. And that speech pretty much summarized to why would people go to AI when they can pay for the real thing. And I want to kind of confirm that because at my job, I'm a paint instructor, so I paint together with people. We'll paint a Van Gogh or whatever, like a Starry Night. And I've had a few people already admit that they use chat GPG, whatever, to tell them what painting they should paint. Or they'll generate an image with AI. And they'll be like, yeah, this image was generated by AI. But what I find interesting is that we're made to believe that your average Joe is a hobbyless caveman that just likes to watch movies and consume. But these are normal everyday people who aren't artists who come to my job. And despite having AI at their fingertips, they still come here. They still come here to paint by hand. They still want to make something. I think as people, no matter what, we have this innate feeling to just want to create. And thinking about that gives me a lot of hope. The fact that people will still come to these studios and paint with their kids or family is, I think, really, really uplifting to know. So instead of thinking, why would people pay for my work when they can just AI generate, ask instead, why would anyone pick anything else but the real thing? Just keep making your shit, and I'll keep making my shit, and we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going till we can't go anymore, basically. But yeah, thank you for watching today's episode of Clown TV. I enjoy talking at you, my little worms. This is your Top Clown Jay signing off, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. You're looking at like what I use. You're looking at the sock that I use on my microphone. That's so embarrassing. This shit loves to yank my dick. It's the frozen square pizza that they used to serve you at lunch in middle school. That's what it is. And even that shit was better. Did you also used to like put salad dressing on it? I used to love putting salad dressing on that. Excuse me. I'm clown straighting right now, so I only have so much time before the cramps get me again. Anyway,